A few months ago, I watched one of the best Minecraft videos I ever had seen in my life. And if you're a Minecraft fan, or even just not even a Minecraft fan, just a regular YouTube average enjoyer, then you'll probably have known and watched that is the 1,000 Players Simulate Civilization, Rich and Poor by the YouTuber Ish. And I think this is probably one of the best YouTube series. But recently, there's been speculation that there's a new winner of 2025 Minecraft videos of the year. And it isn't the 1,000 Players Civilization video. Apparently, it's something called an ARG. And it's apparently this video, searching for a world that doesn't exist. I don't know what an ARG actually is. Genre of interactive storytelling that uses real world as a platform. Okay, I've been recommended this, and it's supposedly the new kingpin of Minecraft videos. So, as someone that isn't a particular fan, I mean, I wouldn't have chosen to watch this if I'd seen this on my YouTube recommended. I'm gonna give it a go, give it my honest take. The 1,000 Players one has already set such a high standard that that's gonna be quite hard to beat.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. This is the first line in a book that Avery claims he did not write. 2 weeks ago, a YouTube channel called Avery the Mayo uploaded a YouTube video titled Weird Book I Did Not Write, where he shows us a mine that supposedly he never built. Inside the mine is a chest that Avery did not place, and inside the chest is a book that Avery did not write. Inside the book is a very strange message. Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled, it's listening. You can't outsmart it, it's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left. At the crossroads, don't turn left.
Don't turn left. Don't turn left. Don't turn left.
At the crossroads, don't turn left. Over and over, followed by a sequence of numbers. And that's it. It seems impossible that a whole mine just appears in your world without your knowledge, but Avery explains in the description of the video that the laptop he's playing on is from a storage locker. It already had Minecraft installed, and this world already existed, but when Avery first loaded it up, it was just a normal world. He only now discovered this mine a few hundred blocks from his house. So, in that case, what is this book? The contents are strange, and it's not evident what they refer to. If anything, they just sound like some crazy rambling, but the numbers at the end are clearly some sort of code, so maybe we can solve it and...
Is it maybe coordinates? I know it's only 2 digits. See, I'm seeing them in 2 sets of numbers, so 23 and 2, 29 and 2, 24 and 29, and that's the x-axis and that's the z-axis, because you don't really count the y-axis when you're using coordinates. I don't know, that's just my thought right now.
Figure out what this book is talking about. Except we can't. The numbers go higher than 26, so it's not any alphabetical code. There are 4 sections, not 3, so it isn't coordinates. And in fact, there's not a single cipher that comes up.
I'm an idiot. I am such an idiot.
As a good match for this code. If it is a code, it's unlike any code I've ever seen, and I wasn't able to decipher it. So, is that it? A strange one-off YouTube video and a dead end? Not quite, because for 2 frames at the very end of the video, Avery's inventory flashes a random pattern of blocks, and this time there is a code, because taking the first letter of the name of every block and capitalizing it if there is more than one, you get a string that perfectly matches the length of a Google Drive link, that when you enter takes you to a folder. And this is where the true mystery begins. The mystery of a Minecraft world that doesn't exist. Opening the video named Footage 1, we can see a player in the exact same spot Avery was in the last video, except now he has way more items than he had last time. Presumably this is from his house, and he's come to use this mine in survival as part of this world. The book is now gone from the chest, but it could be that Avery just burned it because it creeped him out, or it's just this book in his inventory. Regardless, Avery lines up with the other strip mine and begins to start a new one into the wall, but when when he does, he finds this. Nothing weird, it's just a cave, and Avery walks in to begin exploring, until he stops and sees this. It's hard to make out, but as he walks closer, we can see what it is. Moss and grass. This is immediately a red flag, because this kind of terrain does not generate in caves.
Yeah, hold on. I think it does. I'm pretty sure in newer updates you can get like the mossy cave things. Like, I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah.
Avery checks underneath it, but there's nothing else either. And when he runs back to grab his torches, he notices yet another patch of moss in the corner of the cave. Again, not natural, but not leading anywhere either. It's only when he heads back down the cave does he see it.
Sneak in some deals. Up to 40% off this Amazon Black Friday week. Ends 1st of December.
A tree. Avery approaches the clump of greenery, and there it is. A tree unlike any other oak tree in the entire...
I will say I have seen stuff like this before in Minecraft. I know I'm not... I feel like I'm ruining the immersion of the actual story, but like some of this... Like if I saw this in a regular video, I wouldn't particularly... In a regular Minecraft video, I wouldn't particularly... get confused, but I wouldn't get concerned about it.
Game. Whatever this is, it isn't normal.
Oh,
Avery
okay.
backtracks a bit, and we get a better look at this
okay, I haven't seen
shrub, for
I haven't
lack
seen
of a
that.
better word. And after some hesitation and circling around it, Avery decides to try mining the tree.
Look, it's just a well pristine, like it's a well trimmed tree. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know.
And he does, with no problem. It looks just like a normal tree, except normal trees don't generate underground. And it's not the only one. As Avery goes deeper and deeper into the cave, he passes larger and larger patches of greenery, coming across more shrubs, and even more trees, and even more moss. He pauses to talk at one point, but instead of commenting on the trees, he brings up something else. It's weird, we've only seen stone. And I guess he's right, the walls of this cave don't have any diorite, granite, andesite, or ores, but come on, there's a bigger elephant in the room here. At some point though, Avery's wish gets granted, and the cave turns into terracotta, tuff, and deep slate. The greenery gets larger and larger, with the trees growing bigger and bigger. Until finally, Avery reaches the end.
Ooh. Oh, that would be sick to build like a base or a city there.
Avery stops for several long seconds, just taking everything in. The room is a giant cave of green, with strange, unnaturally large trees forming a staircase on the back wall. The floor is covered in a massive field of moss, scattered with the strange trees we saw earlier. Avery slowly heads down the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from close
This would be a sick biome for Mojang to add into the actual game. Just a thought. Like, they've added all these, like, the Undercity and everything with the Wither. If they added something like this, when you're just mining and you come across this massive, just greenery, I think that would be sick. That would be such a cool addition to the cave system. Since they've made it so much, you can mine so much deeper now. I don't know, just a thought.
Massive field of the cavern wall, being careful not to take too much damage while maneuvering his way to the bottom. He looks around in awe as he explores the chamber, and from closer up, we can see a tunnel right between the massive tree gates. Avery searches around the trees for a few minutes, seemingly mesmerized by the build, and we can see that these gates are made of trees stacked on trees stacked on trees, made of spruce, mud, and oak. But the question here is obvious. What is this place? This kind of terrain obviously doesn't generate naturally, so who made it and how does it just appear in Avery's world? Well, if there's any answer to that question, it's through this tunnel, because finally Avery decides to stop sightseeing and heads down the tunnel at the center of the room. Avery walks through the mud brick tunnel, turning to glance behind him every few steps, but of course, nothing is there. The world is set to single player. At least, it seems that way. Until this happens. Something is wrong. It's almost impossible to notice, but at the far edge of the tunnel, the first pair of torches have suddenly been wiped out. Avery stares for a few seconds and continues walking.
What?
Another pair of torches is gone. I'm not scared of torches turning off. And then another. I don't know what kind of practical joke this is, but I already heard you in the...
I'm not gonna get jump scared, am I?
I'm not scared of a game.
I am. And this is why you don't take laptops from storage units and just not reset them. That's the moral of the story.
I don't know why I just jumped down. I wasn't scared, but I felt
Scared.
compelled. I've never felt like that in my life. What is going on here? Things just went from strange to incredibly creepy in a matter of seconds. This doesn't just happen on a normal world, but Avery did say he found this world on a computer he got from a storage locker. So maybe this is just a world that the
Naughty.
old owner of this computer created, and it's just some strange adventure horror map. Case closed. Except it's not, because the video files aren't the only thing in this Google Drive folder. If you remember, there's also this PDF, and opening it, we see this. My exploration into a strange tunnel I found in my Minecraft world. I've been playing this world for a while and just discovered this. This is my documentation of the search. Notably, when I installed Minecraft, this world came pre-created. Always thought that was a little strange, but I'm not really sure. This seems okay enough, but remember what Avery said earlier. He found this computer in a storage locker with Minecraft installed. Not he installed Minecraft and this world was there. Admittedly, it's a pretty small difference, but still, why the conflicting stories? Something you may have also noticed that I can't explain is why Avery's name is now censored. He wasn't censored in the previous videos, but now he's both hidden his name and changed his skin, almost like he's hiding from something. But there's still a lot
Or he's someone else.
more of this footage, and if you want to figure out what's happening in this world, why it exists, and what it has to do with Avery, we have to keep watching as Avery runs from whatever it is that's hiding in this world. Avery says he has to keep moving, even if he doesn't exactly know why, and the only way to go is down. Avery takes a leap into the giant pool of water before him and swims down into a junction of tunnels. After some hesitation, he burrows himself in the left wall for air before swimming down the left tunnel. He continues to navigate through the dark water, the tunnel getting narrower and narrower, with no end in sight. until it opens into a giant cavernous room with just enough space at the top to get a bit of air. When Avery descends again, we can see tunnel openings sprawling across the walls. Avery scans around. There's no marker of where to go, just tunnels upon tunnels as far as the eye can see. And then he hears it.
Or is it the whispers?
The same sound as when the whispers played previously. Avery rushes to dig into the wall, and as he blocks himself in, we can hear the whispers again. Quieter, but still there.
You know what this reminds me of is when Herobrine, in the early days of Minecraft, where every single world that you'd load in or create in Minecraft in the early days, it said removed Herobrine, but you never quite knew, and you always thought that Herobrine was just roaming around in the world. That's the kind of vibe this video gives, is Herobrine just lurking around.
If they're passing by him. When the coast is clear, Avery digs out. But now what? He has no choice but to gamble on a tunnel and hope it's correct. He scans the walls again, no obvious sign of which one to pick. So finally, he rolls the dice. The tunnel leads to another junction, and again, after a slight hesitation, Avery goes left. The tunnel continues, getting narrower and narrower and narrower, until finally
he's just back out again. Oh wait. Oh.
he finds himself in the oasis. Avery looks around the room, strangely, almost peaceful. He's in the middle of a square pond, flanked on all sides by the same uncanny trees. He stares off at the water for a second before towering up and getting a good look around. Nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. For a moment, he pauses, before something snaps, and he crafts a boat to get to the center of the lake. Without hesitation, he dives down into the tunnel and plugs up the hole. He makes another trip for good measure, plugging it even further. If this thing comes through here again, it has to break.
I thought he was building a base. He was like, nah, I like this environment. I'm going to build a base here. That's what was blocking it off.
But I need to explore. He sails back to the edge of the lake. What I can't avoid doing is loading the chunk. Avery chops a few trees and crafts a hopper with the spare iron in his inventory. His plan is simple: set a trap for the thing following him. But wait, did I miss something? Because how does he know that something is following him? Sure, those torches turned off, and yeah, we heard those noises before, but there's actually an even stronger piece of evidence I haven't mentioned. Remember when Avery said this? I already heard you in the cave. Well, it took me a second to figure out what exactly he meant, but then I heard this. It's almost impossible to make out, but on a few separate instances, while Avery was walking in that original cave, he would randomly pause for a second or two, and now we know why. He was listening. Every time he paused, for just a brief moment, you could hear footsteps on the stone behind him, stopping just a fraction of a second too late to be quiet. But okay,
Bro, how did I miss that?
if something is somehow really following Avery in a single-player world, how can he stop it, or at least get it to reveal itself? Well, that's exactly what he's doing right now. Like he said, he needs time to look around and explore this world, but while he's gone, anything can just swim through the hole and replace the blocks to make it look like nothing happened. But if Avery turns down his render distance and puts items in this hopper, if he then goes far enough away and unloads the chunk, the only way for the hopper to be empty when he returns is if something loaded the chunk while he was gone. And then, whatever was following him would be exposed. The trap is set. Now, it's time to explore.
He's baiting them out. He's like, okay, now we're going to go look around, and then just wanders off waiting for the ghoul or whatever to show up. What's that? Is that the night sky?
Avery walks through the trees, avoiding the lake so as to not load the chunk. Every inch of this place looks exactly the same. The same gray floor.
Oh, it's because his render distance. Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Looks,
oh my god.
there's nothing. Until, just in the corner of the screen, there's a sign. But it's hard to spot, and Avery doesn't seem to see it, and he keeps walking. Then he pauses.
Oh,
Interesting.
brother.
That's the third sign we've seen so far. What? Where? Third sign? I've only seen this one. But it turns out he's right. Going back and re-watching the footage, just barely hidden in the corners of the screen are two other signs Avery crossed earlier in the recording, though he gave no indication at the time that he noticed them. Avery goes back to all three signs. All of them are blank, so I don't know what to make of it, but Avery seems to be satisfied, and he explains why. These signs all seem to point to one place. Both of these angled ones point in the same direction. And he's right. If you line up a coordinate grid with the location and rotation of the signs, you get this. So he's right, all of them point a certain way, and if you trace out their intersection, it hits one specific point. He also pulls off this brilliant move, which you rarely see from these protagonists, by turning the difficulty to peaceful because he ran out of food. Absolutely genius. But with that said, he returns to the lake to check on his contraption. And nothing showed up. Items are still flowing out of the hopper, which would be impossible if anything had loaded the chunk. Avery tells us exactly this. Nothing came through. Not to mention, the blocks are still in the same position Avery placed them to plug the hole. Now that he's shaken off whatever was following him, Avery sails back, presumably to find the intersection points of the signs. But before he does that, he opens up chat and says this. Something is here. What? How? Why is Avery saying that? Why isn't he sending it in chat? What did he see? I don't know if it can hear me. But I'm not taking any chances. The grass block. When Avery left the chunk, he didn't just set one trap for the entity, he set two. Without mentioning anything to us, he placed a grass block next to a block of dirt. In Minecraft, grass can't spread if the chunk isn't loaded. The only way that this block is now grass is if something other than Avery loaded this chunk.
Avery must be some sort of like super vision detective, because there's no way that I would have seen any of this if I was in his position. I wouldn't have seen any of this. The signs, the block, like, he's got super vision, super hearing, fully focused. Whenever I'm playing Minecraft, I'm half focused, if that.
I'm not scared, but my gut says to keep moving. Maybe I am scared. The other sign was pointed head on.
I failed you so many times. I committed so many crimes, and I was pretty sure of myself. You gave me reason.
He must have already... This guy's probably 5 steps ahead already. I don't know what he's doing.
To be somebody else, baby, I'm home again.
What? Oh, hold on. How I'm missing some. Oh, he's coordinated it all up, hasn't he? Because of the signs, he's coordinated it up and then started finding where the. Right. Okay. So he coordinated the signs to find the exact point, and then because it was a different color, that's how he knew that was where to drop. Is what I'm guessing. And he's back where he started.
Avery walks through a tunnel which quickly turns into a maze.
Oh, never mind then.
And slowly but surely, dead end after dead end, Avery navigates through it.
To be somebody else, it's alright. Baby, here I am. I was lost. Now I'm found again. It's alright. Baby, here I am. It's alright.
Avery is clearly smart. Smart
Yeah,
enough to
yeah.
set a trap, and smart enough to set a backup.
Yeah.
But whatever this thing is that's following him, it's smart too. Smart enough to block up the tunnel it entered from. Smart enough to refill the hopper with items after loading the chunk. Smart enough to hide its presence. This world seems to be guiding Avery somewhere. The whispers in this tunnel coercing him to enter the cave. The signs pointing to the secret entrance under the tree. Whatever this world is, it's leading Avery. But to what? We don't know. All we do know is that he isn't alone. And finally, Avery exits the maze into another giant room with what looks like a cipher above a door, with 3 levers right in front of it. Avery stares up at it, says he'll
I bet Avery will figure it out within like 5 minutes. This would take me 5 hours to figure out.
need a pen and paper, and blocks up the tunnel where he came from. The footage ends with him staring up at the code, deep in thought.
Wait, but that's the end of the
From
second
what I can
footage.
see, the code atop the doorway looks something like this. It doesn't immediately remind me of anything, and plugging it into a cipher decoder gives me no ideas either. Running each of the candidate ciphers just gives gibberish every single time. Whatever this code is, there's unfortunately no way that I, or Avery, can solve it. The second half of the footage picks up with 17 minutes of just staring at the wall. And then he gets it.
This is what I mean. This guy.
Okay, I guess it was solvable. Avery says
Good
it's a good
poem.
poem, but doesn't actually reveal what it said, only that it uses cipher stacking, a technique where 2 ciphers are layered one on top of the other to make a code almost undecipherable. How Avery actually solved it with a pen and paper is beyond me, but the puzzle isn't over yet. There's still this gate, which Avery suspects is some sort of combination lock, but instead of a pen and paper, his solution this time is a bit more, how do I put this?
Mine through it.
Efficient.
Yeah, you got a pickaxe. Mine through it, bro. See, he is a proper genius. Although, to be fair, it took him 20 minutes to figure that out, so maybe not.
And with that, wait. Who's Durlord 3? For the first time in this footage, Avery's sensor bar lingers for just a second too short, and we get a glimpse of the name. This isn't Avery's name. This isn't Avery's skin. Maybe the reason that we got 2 different stories about where this world came from is because the player we've been watching this entire time isn't Avery at all. But if that's the case, then who is this? The world at the beginning is clearly the same one that Avery was playing on. So what's going on here? If it is Avery on an alt account, why the conflicting stories in the description and the document? And if it's not Avery, then who is this other person, and why are they claiming that this is their world they found? I genuinely just...
Maybe, okay, maybe Durlord is the person before, and then Avery is the person after. So maybe this is all happening before the footage of Avery. No, that wouldn't make sense. Oh, okay.
Don't know, but the only way to find out is to keep watching as Durlord walks through the tunnel after the puzzle and finds himself in the village.
See, this is what I mean. It would be sick if Mojang actually did this. Like, you're just mining and then you find a village underground of, I don't know, cave people. I think that would be sick. Am I seeing... I bet he's seeing something that I am not seeing. No? No, I can't. No, I can't see anything. He keeps staring at the fountain. Is he seeing something that I'm not? I really want to see if I can just get ever so slightly ahead of him, but I don't think it's possible. My IQ is clearly not as high as his. What's going on? I'm so confused. It keeps going like back and forth. What is going on? Oh, he's finally tackling the fountain. Bro, what is going on? What's going on? Is he figuring it out again? Oh, of course he has. Of course he's figured it out. How has he figured that out? The fountain is where he needs to go. How has he figured that out? Is it because it's the only thing that hasn't been damaged and everything else is ruined? I'm guessing.
It's empty.
Mine down?
This village is strange.
Okay.
It's clearly abandoned if the cobwebs and literal holes in the roof didn't make that obvious, and all the chests and containers have nothing inside of them. There's also an interesting amount of yellow in the carpets, beds, and flooring, but wherever Durlord looks, he can't find anything of interest. No lead on where to go or what to do from here. The fountain and statue in the town center is by far the most eye-catching decoration here, but like we can see, it too is empty. There's no path to take from there. So Is this the final area then? The final answer to what's been going on with this world and what's been following him? I'm not sure, and clearly Durlord isn't either, since he keeps looking around for anything out of the ordinary, anything that might give him a clue of where to look next.
There's something there. There's something there, isn't there? Oh my god, I actually spotted something. I actually spotted something. Oh, now I'm feeling like I'm part of it. Just climb up there. Don't tell me that was a dead end. How's this guy? What? Why would... What? How would you... Oh my god. What's the book say?
I hate it here. These idiots are insufferable. They think that devotion will save them. Rest assured, it will not. Not that it will do them any good to believe that anyway. The ones who realized it pretend they didn't. But it doesn't help that there are some of them who truly believe they'll be saved. The king is coming, Maya. If anything, I wager that their king is already here. It's watching me write this. I don't particularly care. I just want this to be done with. The sooner I can leave, the better. He's arrived. I don't know why anyone is surprised to find that out. This is exactly what they were hoping for. I'm going. I'm leaving this here in the rare case someone finds it. If you have found this, I implore you, turn back, disconnect, forget about this world. It's not for you. If you've come here, you must be curious. I know you must want to continue onwards. So I know that this is a heavy ask, but please, do not go any further. For your own good, do not.
Okay then. Let me guess, he's going to continue going further. Avery or Durlord, whoever it is. What was that? How did he know that exact one to break? Is that a fire? It sounds like a fire, I think. Or not? Oh, it's another tunnel. Oh my god. What was that noise though? That doesn't make any sense. Well, we're this far, we might as well keep going. Guarantee he's gonna go left. Why go the boring way when you could go the exciting way? What was that? Wait. Is there something there? No. I don't know. Looks like something's there. He's also fixated on it as well. Is it just nothing? Also, I've noticed his pickaxe is running extremely low. So it's probably going to break soon. Oh, it's the inventory again. Wait, so is he Avery then? Because that's Avery's inventory. I guess he doesn't need to worry about that axe breaking now. Where are we even going? What on earth? Please don't jump scare me. What? Why is it blacked out? What's he looking at that we're not seeing? What? Why is he now running away?
There's no escaping. There's no escaping.
Whatever you do at the crossroads, don't turn left. Don't be fooled. It's listening. You can't outsmart it. It's listening to me. It's watching me. It isn't from this world. At the crossroads, don't turn left. 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 And the footage ends. Right there. Durlord was the person who wrote the book in Avery's world. How?
So I did get something right, okay. But what was that was hidden? The whole lead up to it. What did he actually see that was blacked out just then?
It shouldn't even be possible that the tunnel led him back to that mine. Durlord found this world on his computer, and Avery found Durlord's old laptop in the storage locker and has been playing on it ever since. But what is this world? What was following Durlord in this footage? And most importantly, what was behind those gates?
Yeah.
I didn't put that sensor bar there. That was in the original footage. Whatever is behind that black square was enough to drive probably the smartest protagonist I've ever seen into running for his life. Something that a whole village of people was trying to summon. Something that this entire world has been hiding. A king? What does that even mean? I don't know what to tell you, but I can tell you one thing. The code at the end of the book, now with this footage, we can solve it. Each number corresponds to one slot in Durlord's inventory. 1 here and 36 here. Take the first letter of each item, or whatever number is indicated after the dash. From that, we can get this. Run Avery. It's here. Durlord was giving one last warning, hoping that whatever was following him wouldn't see. But how? How would he possibly know that Avery would find this world? There's no way for him to know who Avery even is. Whatever he saw behind those doors, whatever he knows about this world now, we may never understand. But one thing is certain. Whatever was coming for him is coming for Avery next. This isn't over.
That was sick. That was sick. So Avery was after Durlord. That was something I did get correct. And he went through all of that and then blurred out the thing that he finally found in the end, which then made him run, but ran back to the original part, which that doesn't make any sense how that happened. And then how did he know Avery was going to be the one that would get the laptop? Also, by the way, the deciphering and things like that is just confused my little brain. I don't understand. I like that video. That was really good. And there's going to be a part 2 to it, apparently. It says part 2. I still prefer the 1,000 players, mainly because it's just got a lot more story arc and like in depth, and there's so much going on. I respect this for a different reason, because of the kind of intrigue about it and what makes it interesting. I do like that. And so I look forward to when they do bring out the part 2. It was worth the watch.